Brothers and sisters, we are back again, soldiers and soldierettes. Thank you for joining this will be a different discussion, another father and son discussion. And I really appreciate those that have been riding along with the brother. Like I say, we are not followers, we are leaders and teachers, emphasis on that. And just gonna talk about a little divine intervention and knowing our purpose. But before I get to that, you always know I gotta give honor to our ancestors, the righteous ancestors whose spirit is alive and well, and many great brothers and sisters out here, as well as in our families. And got my son here, Lord Lamont. Look for him on YouTube. He has some music on my channel here as well as myself, and we've also collaborated with each other. So you're more than welcome to go on our channel, on my channel. Well, I could say our channel, and check out some of our music we got. We got a music called Slave, No Slaves, and it's a few, I can't remember all of them, but it's a couple songs we got on here. Just, go on my channel and check it out. But we just want to talk about knowing our purpose and, break down divine intervention. We're always reaching to be the best of ourselves. And happy Father's Day to the fathers out there, and salute to the single moms that's out there doing it on their own. I always got to kind of acknowledge that. But salute to all the fathers and sons out there doing their thing. Always invest in yourself righteously so we can know what our purpose is. And that's just a little something I wanted to say to start off, and give honor to all our families. May everything we touch turn to gold in our families. And anyone in our families that transition, that is not no longer with us, that we held dear, may they rest in peace and in power. All right, now I'm gonna hand it over to Lord Lamont. Let him speak a little bit, and I'll be speaking. And like I say, thank those that are with us, and salute to all those that's been with the brother. Remember, you take what you learn from me and teach it to someone else. All right.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Aaron, aka Lord Lamont here. Here to speak again. How's everybody going? I'm here with my dad, having a lovely morning, and just enjoying the day, and something that's on our minds, and on my mind is divine intervention, and the reminder that we're not alone in the world, in the universe, and
Yep.
that there are higher energies in consciousness, and
Yep.
powers that we don't understand that are here to help us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of want to, just because me personally, I want to figure out how to maybe invoke these things, or ask for guidance, and and we know of prayer and common everyday situations and stuff like that. That's one of the ways. And what other ways, if any, and what we can do to utilize.
And you can you hear your voice pretty good?
Yeah.
Sound check. Okay. Yeah. Yep. You had to pay attention to the signs that great divine gives us. Yep. I'm gonna read this little definition of divine real quick, and we'll keep going just to give us something to go off of.
Okay. All
right. The definition of divine intervention. Just a little small definition, folks. Can you hear my voice pretty good?
Yeah.
Sounds
okay.
Perfect. I keep asking that. Okay. Divine intervention is the interference of a deity in human life, popularity extended to many miraculous seeming turn of events. So I always like to take these definitions and break them down and read between the lines. I'm gonna read it one more time. Divine intervention is the interference of a deity, which is God. Deity is, to me, they talking about divine God in human life. Popularly, I said that wrong the first time, not popularity. Popularly. Popularly, I can't say that right. Popularly, excuse me, extended to any miraculous seeming turn of events. Miraculous seeming. Yeah. So just got to pay attention to the signs. Because I said in a recent podcast, what did I say? They say God said, when people think, they say God can't tell them what to do, God already tell us what to do. Just a lot of us don't listen. Because they great divine, God, whatever you want to call it, it has a say overall anyway. Yeah, right. Yeah, it doesn't matter what we think or what we do. That force has a say overall. So that's just a little part I wanted to add.
And I think that this higher power, this deity, this God, whatever, it can help us through tough situations.
Yeah.
And I think it's the purpose is to help us remember our connection.
Mm-hmm. And something my mom always say, everything happened for a reason. You know, right. Things come back around. Like the situation me and you was just talking about. You know, you starting to see things for what they are. It's weird. It's like when we're in a situation, like, damn, why did I do this? Or why am I going through this? But then certain things start surfacing that you see that others don't see. Like you just told me a little while ago, you know, standing with the homeless folks or whatever. I don't want to get too much detail, but you there, but you seeing things like, okay, wait a minute. This is what these people do every day. So one thing I can say is that you on the ground. You actually seeing what's going on, you know, in the trenches, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? People can talk about homelessness and all that. We can talk about it all day, but when you right there in the middle of it and you see it, you're like, wow, like, man, this is what my life could be like. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and then you had one angel in your corner. Like you said, that brother was telling you, come on, man, you better than this. You can do this. You got one angel. I'm telling you, that's a sign.
Yeah,
that's a sign right
so
there.
Too, definitely.
And whether you know it or not, son, you inspiring that brother. Because he might not even been thinking like that if he would have came across you.
Right.
He probably like, you know what? Man, I see something in him. Forget that. I'm a change. And then he felt something in himself. He's like, you know what? Since I'm inspired by him, I'm going to keep him inspired. He like gave you that energy right back.
Yeah, yep. And I think that energy that in itself that's like the divine intervention in the sign.
It's like the both of you were like each other's divine intervention.
Exactly.
And it's like he took you, it's like he covered you, he took you and said, man, fuck them. We finna do this. Fuck that. You inspired me. If you made me feel something I haven't felt in a long time, fuck that. Come on, man, let's get on this bus and go take care of this shit. Fuck them. Right, so that's what I got out of what you told me.
Yeah.
And we discussed in a conversation that we had before we got on here, because me and my son, we have talks all the time. And we were discussing homelessness and stuff, and, you know, how people, I mean, we all know what I've been homeless before. I know what it's like. But unless you have been homeless, you really can't really know, you know, the you know, how challenging it can be or how it is. And you also
a lot of
go
stuff
ahead.
You wouldn't think of that you have to go through.
Yeah.
So
it's
just shocking.
And something else I picked up on what you said. You learn a lot about people, how people really are. When you're homeless, because people talk that shit until you out there. And when you out there, you're like, oh yeah, I thought you was a pastor or something. I thought you were this, and this. But you see a homeless person and you stepping over them and shit.
Right.
But talk all that shit on the podium.
Right. It's crazy, and I see how a lot of people kind of have they have their social media profile or presence, their internet presence, how they are in real life, and when it's just contradictory, it can be just sad, and it makes me mad. But I try not to let it get me down. And I think another part of divine intervention too, though, would be synchronicity. You know, when you're going through things, and maybe you're noticing a certain number or a pattern or a feeling or something, you know, like you said, it's always individual and tailored to the individual. Yeah. And I think those are these signs to the greater connection and understanding of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to that because a lot of people get divine intervention. They just brush over it. Because that definition I told you on that last podcast we did, that definition of divine said that all of us have divine abilities.
Right.
Just that it's the path we take, it's the choices we take. Some is our fault, and some things we need to go through.
And I think also society, the way that the mainstream society is set up, it kind of like takes away from, because they don't want you to reach your full fruition and potential and flourish.
Oh,
all of that. You know, they want you to be a slave. And help them achieve their goals and their agendas. So
just to get by, like that song I was singing yesterday. To get by, just to get by. Yeah,
the classic song.
That you know what? That's funny.
Talib
Kweli. That was his name.
Talib Kweli.
Yep. That's a cool ass name.
Yeah. He's a really good rapper, really good artist. He does a lot of stuff with Common and Mos Def.
Oh yeah, I seen a little.
They're in a group together called Black Star. Mos Def and Talib Kweli.
Oh, that's kind of funny you brought Mos Def up. I seen a little something. I was skimming through social media and I seen something about Mos Def. They said, why did Mos Def disappear from the industry? Right. I didn't click onto it though. I already know why, cause he sidestepped the industry. He sidestepped that bullshit. Divine intervention. It's like, I'm telling you, it's rappers like, I was listening to Exhibit. I've been listening to him lately. He another one that got around that system and got away from that bullshit. That's why you never really seen it. Listen to his song. He'll say underground. He'll say he on top, but he underground. I love that shit. Listen to some of the words Exhibits be saying.
Word.
Very spiritual. You can tell he's self-aware of himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't want to get too many into the celebrities. I want to stay on divine intervention and knowing our purpose. When do we know our purpose? Let me see. I'm gonna use myself as an example. I hate to say it, but I don't think I really found my purpose till I hit 50. I think that's when I started waking up. I mean, that's just being real with myself. I thought I knew some shit up until, I don't know, it's like a light bulb came on. When I hit 50, when I started researching and trying to learn different things, it's like, bing, damn light bulb popped on, you know? And I don't know, I don't know. What is your purpose to you? What's your purpose? Like, what's something that you are like really passionate about that nothing and nobody can stop? Well, I know.
I don't know, like doing good, doing the right thing, being genuine.
Yeah.
Would be the first thing. Like, I mean, as far as like that comes to my mind, but as far as passions go, stuff, of course, like music.
Yeah.
And writing, poetry.
Right.
Drawing.
Something you can share to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess communicating with the world, you know, and communicating with people as well.
I know. Well, this is probably a challenging purpose, but I put this out to the universe a long time ago. I said I wanted to save the world. Impossible as that sound, you know, I said it anyway. I remember I posted it one time. I want to save the world. I want to change the world. Let's put it out there.
I think we all should strive to. That's how we make it.
And work toward that goal.
Exactly.
Yep. In any way we can, and even I always say too, no matter where we are, in whatever small space we in, it don't matter. Just start working toward that goal.
Right.
You know, that goes with music.
I think that's divine intervention too. Is that, you know, that energy and that feeling to want to do good and to help people and to help make the world a better place.
Especially when you see little results here and there.
Yeah.
You know, in people and yourself. Yeah, it makes you wanna go further, because I know when people see, like when you do music or I do music, when people see my music or whatever, they probably, I'm just another rapper. But and I'm sure it's a lot of rappers out there that are artists. I want to say artists that feel like I feel like we really feel passionate about the shit. It's like it means a lot to us, but to other people, it's like man. But when you see a person that's passionate, whether me or you will go like. Say we doing music or whatever, and somebody go back and be like, oh, dang, they ain't stopping. They serious. Yeah, I'm for real about this. This ain't no joke to me. You know, people are still judging. I don't care. People can be on a high horse and they can, I'm righteous and I'm this, that, and the third. But one thing I've learned over the years, my discernment. I can tell when people are still doing the viewing judging. They're still doing the subscription judging. People still judge. They still
Right.
do it, and they only deal with people that's high, that's so-called, high end. A lot of subscribers, 1,000 views, whatever. They judge people by that still. They still do. That's why, like that video I told you I watched yesterday, remain silent. Just don't respond. Don't react. Just work towards your purpose. Fuck all the bullshit. Don't get caught up mixing mangled in social media and all the drama, and just keep doing what. For one, we led by that great divine, not people, not person, place, or thing. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I mean that respectfully. Sometimes you gotta have that fucking mentality, not,
Right.
you know what I mean, not like fuck important things, like your life and
just
shit.
to protect
Yeah,
yourself.
you gotta get to
have a
yeah,
strong will.
yeah. You gotta have that fucking mentality. And I actually seen a brother on YouTube. I don't mean to talk so much. I'm gonna let you talk, but it was a brother on YouTube. That was the title of his fucking channel, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And that dude, when I clicked onto it, I seen why he had that title. He been through. You go through so much shit with people, and you don't give a fuck no more. You know what?
Just don't let it affect your energy.
Yeah, you become numb to
your
it.
center anymore. Yeah, and because you realize, oh, it's gonna make me feel this way.
Yep.
And this person is gonna see that and try to make me feel this way about it. And it's like, well, if I don't give my power away to that, then I don't even have to deal with it in the first place, and I can just keep moving forward on what I'm doing. So.
Yep. But they say
and that's that fuck it mentality, fuck them, fuck that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said when I got to 50, that's what it was like. When you get trust me, when you start getting your 50s, you gonna see, you gonna be like, man, I don't give a fuck no more. I don't give a fuck. Certain shit you don't want to hear no more. I used to be entertained by everything. Now it's like, I don't want to hear that shit. Right. I don't let certain shit get in my ear no more. I don't care who it is.
Right.
Like I say, that only being I listen to is that great divine. That's
Facts.
it. And I always have to do that. Like I told you, that's my centering mechanism. When I feel myself letting something get to me or feeling, I say, no. Great divine has to say overall. Don't listen to that mess. Be led, stick to your purpose. So that's what kind of keeps me back on point. Yeah. And take solitude and take time to think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep. So that's a few ways of knowing your purpose. And so what's next after today? After this point on, what's next? So
wherever the wind takes us, I guess.
The divine wind.
Yeah.
And we talking nature wind, and we also talking about WIN wind. We talking about that kind of wind too.
And listening to your intuition and
Mm-hmm.
your gut feelings, because those are the spiritual or the keys to your understanding and to spiritually understanding another level about yourself and about your life.
Yeah. And it ain't about being better. You're just different. The people, man, I don't know what be wrong with people sometimes. It's like all you trying to do, like with me or you, all we trying to do is just, send good energy out to the world. We just want to exercise our passions. Not trying to be better than nobody. Not trying to be famous. But people, they perceive you that way. It's like, damn, I'm just trying to pursue my passion,
Like
I'm not trying to compete with nobody. And that's what people do.
So many people, I think, they get their identities from what they hear and what they're told. And so, like, we have this, like, common understanding, or not, understanding, I guess, but this belief of what society should be.
Yep.
And so many people just follow this one thing. And so, like, if you're doing this, if you're, like, making music or drawing or whatever,
Right.
It's got to be, like, under these circumstances and this and that, because that's what everybody else is doing. And you know what I'm saying? Because that's how it's done and this and that.
Yep.
But there's an infinite amount of ways to do anything. And reality is, it's not just one way.
Right.
There isn't just, one singular way to do anything. And so we just got to, I don't know.
Right.
Try to wake people up to that, or just but at the same time, not let it affect you.
Right.
And maybe even not necessarily that. I mean, you don't have to focus on other people or anything.
Yep.
You can focus on yourself and just try to.
And what people fail to realize is this is a small space we're in. Do you know how huge and fucking enormous the fucking universe? Nobody knows how huge the universe is.
Right.
It's massive. So it's enough room for everybody to do everything. That's why Great Divine gives so many different individuals different gifts. Because it's enough to go around for everybody. But people get stuck in these little groups and these little spaces, and they're assuming shit, and just because everybody's not acting the way they think you should act and all this, and oh, he don't ever say nothing, he quiet, what he up to, and all this shit. I let my work speak for itself. That's what I do. I let your work speak for itself. Speaking loud ain't always mean you in charge and you're on top. Sometimes being silent, working in silence is more powerful, because being silent is not as easy as people think. It's not as easy as people think. That's why, not trying to give Chinese people the ups or anything, but that's why Chinese people are so organized and able to manifest different things in their lives, because they take solitude and stuff like that serious. Yeah. They sit there, they won't see what, I don't know how long they do it, but they'll like sit there in their solitude and peace. You know how you see these movies where they're sitting there with their eyes closed, and they sit there for how long? For like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and don't move. How many people can do that?
Not a lot.
Right.
We live in a ADHD society.
Yep.
And some people are more in tune with the universe. Some people are just plain more open to things in general, and others are not. And again, it's just following what you feel and what the universe is telling you, or what the divine is telling you, and remembering you're not alone.
Oh yeah, you're never alone. That Great Divine. I done seen so many, as that definition said, I done seen so many miraculous things happen in my life. I was like, it's gotta be a God. It's gotta be a divine. I'm gonna tell you one example. I don't know if I told you this story. I was going somewhere, and you know how cars always running them damn lights. And I was going across the street. I was just about to pass, and I swear, man, it seemed like some force stopped that car from going across that street. And you know how I know this? Because the tires went skit, 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 skit. I mean, like somebody did like this.
Right.
Because he was finna run that light. Wow. And I was paying attention, but I was just kind of moseying across. And I swear that car said skit, 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 skit. I was like, it was weird. Because it wasn't a ordinary screech. It wasn't a skirt. Right. It was skit, 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 like something did just like that. So things like that, that's just one. I mean, I'd have had so many weird things like that happen. And dreams and stuff I done had. We're going to talk, next podcast, we're going to talk about dreams. But yeah.
Or like you think of someone and then they call you.
Yeah. Yep. Or it could be something I'm thinking. And I even come across some on YouTube. Don't even click onto it. Just the title alone. Like, dang, I was just thinking that. Right. Holy crap.
See, that I think is the divine intervention.
Yeah.
That's like the universe being like, hey, check this out. This is something you want to know. This is a route, a path that's gonna lead you to where you want to go to.
Yeah. And something I had said on the podcast, I'm gonna tell you something KRS said that was dope. I seen on Instagram a few days ago. He said, when we talk to our inner voice, righteously and nothing bad or nothing like that, he said the universe responds. Man, that's the most beautiful thing I ever heard in my life. KRS one dope. He be saying some dope ass shit. That shit stayed with me. He said the universe responds. I ain't never heard nobody say that. So yeah, that's a little bit of divine intervention, y'all. We just talking a little bit and ain't done this in a while. I'm excited. I've been on him about doing this for the longest, but he dealing with challenges in his life to get to a good state so he can be stable in his mind. Sometimes we gotta deal with those outside challenges sometimes to kind of keep our mind right, because I go through challenges too. My life ain't always easy, so but that's what
remember to grow from what you go through.
That's why this what we doing right here, this divine intervention right here, just talking, getting stuff out, because I always say it's better out than in, and people can assume stuff. Oh, he trying to get hits and all this. I'm just doing what I feel, man. That's it. I'm just going with, like you said, going with the wind, naturally, righteously, and doing what I feel, and trying to share it to someone else and inspire them to, you know, chase their purpose and know what their purpose is. Like a lot of great brothers and sisters out here. That's something I always say. I will never be bitter I know it's some great brothers and sisters out there. So I'm always gonna be positive, no matter what. Ain't nobody gonna stop that. So, or no person, place, or thing is gonna stop that, and they ain't gonna let them stop you either. My son, Lord Lamont. I'm gonna list them songs too. The first one was, like I said, go on my channel, check it out. The first one was No Slaves.
No Masters, No Slaves.
No Masters, No Slaves. I just titled it No Slaves because the title was too long. But it's No Masters, No Slaves, actually, because I actually say that in the song. Well, you say it too. Yeah. And see, what's another song? Get Your Mind Right. That's on there. Breathe. That's a song me and him did. These are songs that the Slaves was something he did by himself, but I just kind of ad-libbed on it. And Get Your Mind Right was both of us, and Breathe was both of us. And there'll be more songs to come, and hopefully I get some other artists on here down the road. Get on here. I'm trying to do some new things, but you always hear from me and my son on here. And happy Father's Day, like I said. And
happy Father's Day.
Yeah. And keep chasing that purpose, and pay attention to those signs that divine gives us. Forgive me if I fumble a little bit. I'm gonna do that sometimes, but hey, that's what being natural is about. And I've been excited to do this. I'm glad my son's here and glad he's doing okay. When I don't hear from him for a while, I do kind of get a little worried, so I'm glad he's here and things will get better. Things are getting better. And I think that divine has put him in that space of being around others that, that they don't want nothing for themselves. And I think he's kind of seeing that, and that divine has taken him out of that situation and finna place him in a better situation. So, and elevate him. And, I even though I always say success is a state of mind. I will never look down on anyone or think I'm better than anyone. I will always share my experience and always try to help another individual to chase their purpose and know their purpose, and always follow that great divine no matter what. But we have to go through the motions, and we have to put the work in sometimes. Sometimes it's not going to be easy. But we'll know. We listen to the signs. We'll know if we're on the right path. If we're righteous within and we're really trying, we're always on the right path. So, did you want to say a few more things before we sign out?
It's good to hear from everyone again. And until next time, stay woke.
Yep, stay woke. Stay as aware as we possibly can, brothers and sisters. And this has been another father and son discussion. And thank those that have been joining in. I really appreciate it. And salute to the reachers and teachers, the fathers, the mothers, everybody out there that's doing their thing righteously to try to make it in this life. And I honor your family. I honor my family. I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. May you please keep that ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are right now.
Bless.
Yep. Y'all stay up out there. Staying strong is what we do. Salute.